Hey tubes, this is I got this one off of well, basically a Curb Alert. Somebody posted it for free. It was like a 10-minute drive from where I live, so that was cool. So it looks like this is a Murray 22-inch 2-in-1 side discharge, and the good thing is it's got the mulching plate here, so it's a true 2-in-1. It looks pretty dirty. I'm just going through it. One thing I can tell is this brake cable is seized, so that could be the reason why this was being basically thrown out or given away. So what I'm going to do is disconnect this and bypass it with the zip tie up there and see what happens. Show y'all it has oil in it. Let's go ahead and pull the dipstick. Yeah, it's got oil in it. Needs to be changed, but it has oil in it. It's good enough for work for this. So what I'm going to do now is, since I took off this cover from back here, it's just a 1/4-inch bolt, and I'm going to disconnect the brake cable and then zip tie it so I can just see if this thing has spark. Now I got this brake cable off of. Now I gotta zip tie it with a zip tie just to, to bypass the safety. Again, bypass the safety, then I can just use a screwdriver to stop it when I need to, or pull the plug. So basically all this cable is doing, let me get you a better position here. Yeah, all that cable does is when you squeeze it, it pushes this in. And that contact right here is what kills the engine. So to bypass it, we're just going to use a zip tie it around this and through that hole to pull this tighter. See what I've done here? I zip tie this so that up here, right here, these two aren't touching. If I want to stop it, the engine, I just take like a screwdriver and do that, and that'll stop the engine. But you're disabling the safety. So this is just a test. That you really shouldn't do this unless you know what you're doing. The gas tank is dirty, but not really that dirty. It probably needs a clean out. But I just want to see if this runs, so I'm gonna take the spark plug out, put some go-go juice into the hole, and then let's go from there. Okay, this is Carb Spray. A couple squirts. I did clean off the spark plug. I have a feeling previous owner left this outside. Never leave your lawnmower outside in the elements. Let's see if we get a couple puffs. Well, it looks like the only thing wrong with this one was that brake cable. Yeah, get you up on my stand here and pick it up. I was looking for maybe if I had a cable that fit this, but since this is one of those Murrays, it's got this weird hook up here. Let me see if I get a better picture. It's like that. All the ones that I have are a Z-bend like this. and that's a T. So I don't have anyone that can fit it. I could bend this out and kind of snake one of those in, but all the ones I have are too long, the cable. So just out of a whim, I decided to WD-40 the heck out of the cable, and it loosened up. I then proceeded, I have some general purpose grease. I stuck some there and down at the other side, and now it's working. How much longer it'll work, I don't know, but that should be good for a while at least. That grease, this is just general purpose grease, so as long as this isn't kept outside, this should be okay. Let me go ahead and go through the rest of this now. Now let's go take a look at the air filter. Yeah, one thing, this primer, it might be okay, but it's really stiff. Check out this air filter now. Oh, there we go. Oh, take a look at this closer. Hey, this probably is okay. I could probably just service it, clean it out, and lightly oil it, and it should be okay. Let me go ahead and wash it out inside. I've got the air filter outside and sitting in the sun after I washed it out with some soap and water. That one's borderline, but I think it'll work. Let's go to this gas tank. It might need a new primer. The breather is cracking, but it should be still good. And somebody's monkeyed with this because this isn't normally set that way. They bent it. Let's go clean out the gas tank. So it's going to be 1/2-inch bolt and a 3/8 here and a 1/2 inch here. Sometimes this one's a 3/8 as well. So then you just pull this off. Oh, be careful with the breather. I mean this breather here, not to break it. Yeah. Then rotate it. And there you go. Now I'm going to clean this off, brush it off, and I'll probably wash out inside the gas tank as well. Just a garden hose type of thing. A note on this one, sometimes when you pull these tanks off, okay, you see here, there's no ring or whatever. It stayed, let me get a pointer, instrument. It stayed here on the intake. See that white ring, and then before the white ring is an O-ring. You're going to want to take that off and put it back on the carburetor before you put it in, and it has to be O-ring first, then retaining clip. So you put the O-ring in first here, then the retaining clip. But you have to, it's stuck to the intake here, so you have to pull those out later. Before I open this up to clean out, I'm gonna take some Briggs Sparks cleaner and just clean this all off on top. Of course I'm doing what I can with just brushing it. This tank is looks cleaner than some of the spare ones I have. Don't know how old this machine is. I haven't looked it up yet. Okay, I am going to be washing this out, so, and I do have an extra diaphragm and primer bulb for it, so I might do that, put those in too. They're really cheap. So, to work on, although they don't make these anymore. EPA rules, I guess. They're not as fuel efficient. Anyway, I'm gonna continue to spray this off. This is Briggs parts cleaner. I'll switch to carburetor cleaner in a little bit. But now the next thing to do is to get this plastic carburetor off. You've got these 5 Phillips screws here, and just take them out. Obviously you're gonna have to clean this out. You can see it's here, and the primer bulb is oh, this one's still working, although I might replace it. It looks bad, but let's go ahead and gonna clean this carburetor out first. So just brush it out from all the crud. Sorry, I can't. Other words I wouldn't be able to use on YouTube. Okay, looking at this is the old diaphragm. Let's see if I can get this off without tearing it. There. Wonder if I can reuse this. Doesn't look too bad, but I digress. Let's go now look in what's in this gas tank. Gas tank is empty. That's a good thing. Now I'm gonna go wash this out with a hose. What I'm doing now is there's some gunk in here. I can't, the only thing I can get in there is this, like a mini pick. You can use a screwdriver as well, a small one. And I sprayed some Briggs parts cleaner here, and I'm just going in here and just scraping it a little bit just to agitate it, to get the Briggs part cleaner to clean stuff out, and then just pouring it out. And it actually is pretty good. You may not be able to see that, but now I gotta dry this tank out because it was full of, I cleaned it out with a hose. What I like to do is I like to take my leaf blower and well, blow. And then leave it out in the sun. You you can do is take a paper towel and some long, those pliers, and kind of just hold this in there and kind of just, push it down in and absorb it. So I'm going to attempt to go ahead and reuse the same diaphragm. So it goes on this side, goes first, and the gasket's on top. Normally this is like 2 pieces. So line up the holes and then stick this carburetor back on top. Just carefully put this back in, line up the holes, and add in the 5 screws. You put these screws in, you want to put them on alternating sides and then just snug up, and then later on tighten them up. But do not go He-Man, because this is an aluminum tank, we're not the plastic carburetor, and with steel screws. So okay, remember where I was talking about the clips and stuff? The O-ring stayed there. This is it. Let me see if I can get it out. There. This sometimes sticks. You have to put this back into the carburetor. You put this in first, followed by this. Kind of like, but first I'm going to clean these off. How these go is I put the O-ring and then the retaining clip. Even the modern Briggs that are overhead valve use the same technique to do that. If you reverse it, you will have a seal leak, and it may not start. So just do that, and then this just snaps on, and that's it. Put back the gas tank. You put in the Z-bend, or the linkage there, and then you're going to want to get it over the intake and gently put it on, but you first want to put on the breather here so that you can slide it in at the same time. Let me, yeah, just a second. Yeah. So, and then you can just do that. Now, just put back the 1/2 inch and 3/8 bolt. Do not use an impact. This is just a drill. Go. Fix the idle at a certain speed, and I'm going to undo that. Just gotta bend this so that you can do this. That's your throttle. And if you need to override it, you take this and pull it out and bend it. Now I'm gonna go put some gas in it and see if it starts. Okay, now this is its first start. Add some dinosaur juice. I am gonna power wash this and change the oil and sharpen the blade if everything goes okay, and put that air filter back in, and probably glue some of those stickers back down. But yeah, we're just seeing to see what happens. So let's go ahead and give it 3 primes and see if we get it to run. Priming. Let's see. Bit. I went ahead and put a new spark plug in there because the one in there was kind of well, it was rusted. And now I'm just going to go ahead and oil up this air filter. It's already dried off. So what you do for that is you just take any motor oil, a little bit of it, and kind of squinch it around all around. What that does is it attracts the dirt and junk. That's all I got to do. So I'm going to put this back and start it again. Tubes. I've got I just sharpened the blade and I drained all the oil. Now I'm gonna do my 4 ounces of oil stabilizer and 16 ounces of oil, and to make 20 ounces. So I got this little measuring thing here. These older engines really like the stabilizer. So, mixing it all up, stabilizer and oil. As you can see, it's 20 ounces in there, which is about a half a quart, and I'm just going to pour it in. Hey, this would be the last start of this Murray 22-inch 2-in-1 mulcher side discharge that I got for free. Things I did to it was I cleaned out the carburetor, serviced the air filter, cleaned out the gas tank, put a new spark plug in it, changed the oil, used oil stabilizer, and the only reason why this thing was really that kept this thing was running was this brake cable, which I don't have another one of. I had to free up because I left it outside. What I did was WD-40, and then I put some, that's a grease here and on the other end to loosen it up, and now it works. Got my third hand in place. Give you a start here. This is the next day. I was getting too late to run a lawnmower without disturbing my neighbors. So, till next time, too. See you later.